1-year transformation from this to this, and also from this to this. We actually picked up our new truck for the channel. Had to make our first official pit stop, fuel up the truck with some diesel because it's an LML Duramax. It's actually a 2011, another 2011. So I had a truck just like this, except it was on that lift kit. When I bought this truck, when I bought my 2011 3 years ago, it had that exact lift kit that Devin ended up buying from me. So I'm trying to buy it back from him. But yeah, I thought I showed up to buy a GMC, but I ended up getting a GC. So that's gonna give me an excuse to do like the light up GMC emblem. Yep. But yeah, here it is, guys. We're gonna fuel up now. Can I borrow some of your hotshot secrets, Max? Yep. On the LML. Thank you, sir. And I'm back in a Denali, so I can start using the Denali key tag once again. But I'm super stoked to have this truck. This, it brings back memories, and this is actually a very clean truck, aside from some of the surface rust, but nothing to really worry about. Y'all listen to Devin's truck. Ready? That is absolutely nuts. I can't wait to make... Listen to that. You can't even hear the turbo on mine right now, because all you hear is Devin's. Wow, that is... I hate driving behind this truck right now. So this truck is tuned with PPI. Look at that. It's getting 22 miles per gallon. Driving for about an hour now, and we've been going about 75. I bought a truck while my fiance was out of town, and she is coming home today, so we're about to surprise her with our new truck that we're going to be building on this channel.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Me too.
You're driving.
Oh. I just drove all the way from Pennsylvania down here.
Oh, I'm driving. Start the truck. Remote start it. You gotta lock it first.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You bought it already?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's yours.
Mine?
Yeah. Let's go. You're driving your truck. You like it?
Yeah, it looks nice.
You didn't even notice it, huh?
No, I thought it was, I don't know, the neighbor.
Yeah, that's why I parked it here. Okay, so here is a factory 2020 plus GM key fob, OEM. And here's the Boost Auto Parts one. So let's kind of give you guys a little side-by-side comparison now that I showed you guys how to program this. All right, so here is the back of it. Obviously, the OEM is going to have the GMC emblem engraved. And the Boost Auto Parts going to have the Boost Auto Parts stamped on the back. And then we flip it to the front. I mean, they look identical. They're pretty much a mere copy. In terms of the quality, the Boost Auto Parts one actually feels pretty good. It is pretty solid. But I would say the OEM one weighs a little bit more, so it does feel a little bit sturdier in your hand. And overall, this one has more of a rubbery texture to it, whereas this one has a little bit of a plastic texture. Doesn't feel bad at all. It's just the OEM one has a little bit more rubberized texture. However, that's not always the best, because if you look at the one that this one's been used a lot.
and you can tell the rubber one starts to chip after a while, and yeah, it can get kind of nasty and worn out pretty quick. So if you have the plastic one, I would say this one might last you a little bit longer.
Today we're going to be upgrading from this loud, fast lift pump to an air dog. This is the hardest part on an air dog install. We are about to remove the fast pump right there. Only thing that we're kind of struggling with at the moment is that the way the fast lift pump works and the air dog works is a little different. Fast has their own straw at the top that is required to be mounted. There it is right there. Red thing right there is the fast draw straw, in which the air dog doesn't use that. The air dog uses a factory sending unit. Yeah, it might not be the best idea. Yeah,
I mean, send that to your engine.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
So take your so then you need to go to the dealership and buy 2 new factory fuel lines, and
we're gonna try to use the fast draw straw. We'll do that for.
I would recommend that.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. My fast lift pump apparently is one of them oversized ones, not a 165, which it's just tuned and deleted, so I don't know why anybody would need something bigger than a 165. So that might explain the noise, and also that might explain why it stays on after I cut the truck off, unless they just wired it like that on purpose. I'll have to look up the serial number later to see what model this actually is, but I do see that it was made in 2016, so it's definitely old, time to upgrade anyway.
All them muscles.
Dude, I barely even touched it.
All them muscles you got. Told you to stop working out.
I actually did go to the gym yesterday. So we broke this. I broke it.
I'm about to say, don't be saying we.
Yeah, I broke it. And I honestly, it just kept twisting, and I wasn't even applying that much pressure. This sucks. I mean, in the instructions it says not to over torque it, and I was being very careful. And next thing I know, it just snapped, right?
You know what happened?
You saw it.
Yeah. You know what happened?
What?
Putting it on the first time, got it tight. Taking it back out, now
Weakened it.
couldn't. Yeah, weakened it.
That sucks. Well, on the bright side, I have a couple of air dogs in stock at the house that I'm selling. So now I'm $700 out of pocket, but it is what it is. Maybe they'll warranty it. I don't know. So Devin actually got this broken piece out of it with what, a star bit?
Yeah.
Put a star bit just big enough and then start turning left. That's why I keep them around, honestly. Like, I knew he would come in handy some point, and then it's finally paid off. All right, so that draw straw has 2 lines. One is going to be your return line, and the other one is going to be your fuel line, your supply line. So basically, traditionally, your return line cut right here. So traditionally, you would cut right here and put this in there like this, and then have a line routed to the air dog. But because our draw straw has a return line to it, instead of removing it and messing with all of that, we figured let's just reuse it, because it should work. And if it doesn't, I'd be the first to let you guys know that it doesn't work. One is the return and one is the supply. And then after that, everything is pretty much the same as how you would normally route your air dog. I gotta bleed the system.
You'll be alright.
Alright, go ahead. Oh shit. Oh, think she's good now.
You look that fast?
Yeah, it came out immediately.
There ain't no way that's filled.
Huh?
There ain't no way that's filled.
Again? Let's put it in one position. Woo. Hot, hot. Halogen LED. These go in the trash. It's 2023 now, so upgrade your lighting to some LEDs, because watch this. LEDs, halogens. Yeah, upgrade your lighting. Look at that. We bought these diodes, 1N4004. You get all of these for about $5. Now, I used to be able to go to Radio Shack and buy a pack of like 3 to 5, but Radio Shack is not available, so I had to order these on Amazon, and I really didn't know who locally would sell these. But for today, we're only gonna need, I believe, just one. Notice, let me just zoom in. So on the diodes, the polarity matters. It'll flow one way. And I believe the side with the silver right there is the negative side. I've extended my diode, use negative wire and a positive wire, so that way I can distinguish, because the polarity does matter. So next we're gonna wrap this up with some Tessa tape and then go ahead and see if it works under the fuse box. We're gonna try the fuse box first. All right, so this is how I have it wired. Comes from this relay, which 85 is right there. If you unplug it, look on the bottom of the fuse, it'll tell you. Unplug it, look on the bottom, 85 goes right here. All right, so from there to there. Our headlight, we're gonna put it in the oven. a progress report. So far, we put the LED strip right here like this. I hate that there's a little bit of gap right there, but can't really do much because there's glue. These are profile pivot strips. They were the only ones I could find that had the LED strips that were white. All the LED strips with white LEDs where it's yellow silicone. I couldn't seem to figure out a way to put the white silicone myself. The time wasn't going to be worth the outcome. So I ended up going with some pre-made strips already with white silicone, and then switchback has the driver already installed, so it was ready to go. Ideally, I would have liked to kind of try making the strips myself, but overall these weren't too expensive. They were about 70 bucks shipped to your house, 12-inch strips. So yeah, if you want, go check them out. Well, what I did was I got some white LED bulbs in there, and they're not switchback because I mainly just want to use this as my turn signal, and I want to keep this spot right here as just running lights. So when I'm turning right now, the bulbs here, because I have the white LED bulbs, they flash brighter, and I have a hyper flash. So I don't like that because I think sometimes it kind of confuses people. They think I'm flashing at them, but in reality it's the turn signal. And technically it's not legal to have white LED as your switchback or as your turn signal. So I have the switchback here, and that is going to be my only source of turn signal. And so we got to figure out a way to delete the turn signal. Up pretty good. Honestly, it looks way better than the way it did before, because all you saw was just orange frame because of the surface rust. And the cool thing about this product is that you don't have to get rid of the surface rust. You apply right over it because the rust preventative stuff likes to bond to rust, so it makes the job easier because that kind of cuts down one step, which, you know, sometimes getting rid of the rust is the hard part. So you just apply over it, and then you go again with the top coat. So this is the finished product. Show you guys the rear axle, because the rear axle looks really good. Here's the frame right there. Step one, swap out the torsion keys from factory to Kryptonite's leveling torsion keys. Leveling out a truck is very controversial topic in my opinion. I don't know if you guys watched my previous upload where I got the hitch stuck. Another reason why you don't buy a rusted truck, because, well, everything is just seized. And honestly, this truck's not even in that bad of a condition in terms of rust, but it's just the nature of salt. Torsion keys or torsion bar is seized up to my lower control arm. We can't slide it out. Meaning, we can't swap out the keys. So we're just gonna blast it with PB Blaster and keep on using the impact. Driver's side upper control arm done. Greasing up the bushings. However, this is a very important however. You do not need to grease the ball joints on the Kryptonite because they come pre-greased. Factory shocks versus the Fox. Over here at Project Torque, we literally torque everything to spec.
Slow burn is how it's supposed
Passenger
to go.
Princess.
Stop!
Hey, how you liking our setup though?
This is making the
I
trip
think that
10
we
times more
should
enjoyable.
explore
Good.
other connections.
Alright, so we have YouTube right here. Let's just go ahead and play a video. Currently I'm at the house. I'm connected to my house Wi-Fi, in which sometimes the service all the way out here to the driveway, it can be a little slow. Check it. Looks pretty good. Go ahead and play an episode of Undercover Boss.
Up next on Undercover Boss.
Now that is pretty neat, right, you guys? Even if you need to navigate through the device, it will have a split screen right here in which it'll continue playing whatever video you're watching. So it is a pretty cool feature. So put it in reverse. Back up, Terry. So that is the backup camera. Let me see how well you guys can see it. So I will say the backup camera does look a little bit blurry, mainly because obviously this is a 2011. So we're using a 12-year-old camera, and now that screen is so big that it is slightly distorted, but it's honestly not that bad. This is supposed to be matte silver metallic. Obviously, it's my first wrap job, so it's not perfect. As you can see, I did a pretty good job on the bumper, and I was proud until we got to here. So I got to practice doing the edges. I just figured out that you just got to stretch it even more. You just got to have enough material to where you can heat it up and stretch it and then wrap it around the corner. I didn't know that at the time. So it looks like that. Eventually, we're going to redo it. But yeah, then this piece I was really proud of. Only downside is that whenever you put the piece back together, it's so tight over here that
it kind of lifts up the, it kind of like rubs against each other. And so I got to figure out a better way, I guess. I don't know if I should just trim right here and have no vinyl underneath. Just might be a method I have to figure out and see what works the best. But honestly, for my first time, it's not too bad. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this color. And I might put another Denali badge on here. Oh my Lord. Oh, this took way too long. I jinxed myself because the whole time I was thinking to myself, wow, this is just going so smooth. Everything is just too easy. Until I get to the CP4 pump. And all these videos that I'm watching, which I will put the link in the description below or in the comments below, and I'll pin the comment, but they make the CP4 pump look so easy to take out. All they use is one pry bar. They push on it and it comes right out. My case, it did not want to come out. I fought for about 2 hours. I kid you not. This is a CP4 pump out of my 2011 LML Duramax. Now let's go ahead and remove the fuel pressure regulator to see if there's any kind of metal contaminants. Dun dun dun. Focus. There we go. And look at that. No metal shavings. My last LML. Small particles of metal in the fuel pressure regulator. So that's actually surprising because I don't have any. Alright, well here is the stock turbo, and what's replacing the stock turbo is going to be a 64mm Ryan's Diesel Services turbo. Now 64mm is a pretty decent upgrade for a stock LML turbo. Alright, so after about 2 weeks we finally got everything done. I think all the plugs are plugged in. We're about to find out if something isn't. Let's go ahead and try to start the truck. This is always the most, ignore the bubble right there. This is always the most exciting and scary part. What the hell happened to my mirror? We got a coolant leak.
Looks like coolant. Looks like coolant to me.
Where?
Time to shut it off if they ever started.
Oh. There it is. Okay, I see it. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how to flash a tune onto your truck. So first things first, you're going to need an AutoCal. So when you buy emissions compliant tunes from me, most of the times with AutoCal, most of the times it will be preloaded. So whenever you receive this AutoCal, your tunes are going to be loaded on there. So first we're going to remove, disconnect whatever's on the OBD2 port. Hook this up to the OBD2 port. We're going to make sure the truck is in run position. And the reason for a revision today is we went from the CP3 pump to, or CP4 pump to a CP3 pump. So I need to do a revision for that. Also, I've upgraded my turbo to a 64mm turbo. So this new tune accounts for all of that. So once you hook it up, truck's running or in run position, we go down, we're gonna go to tune tool, and we're gonna go hit tuning, and we're gonna do program full. As you see right here, I have my race tune LML with the CP3 and 64mm. I also have my trans tune, so we're gonna flash both. So let's go here, click yes. Cool.
So now we are flashing the tune onto this truck, and that is it. It's very simple. And when you buy a tune, emissions compliant tune through me, 99.9%, it'll be preloaded. And if you need to make any revisions, I will show you guys how to load tunes onto the AutoCal. Very easy. All right, there we go.
Woo! There you go. Rust strikes again. This is the 5-inch exhaust that came with the truck. And if we look right here, it rusted out and half of it snapped off. That since it's like halfway broken, maybe the other half will be strong enough to clamp this together and prevent it from exhaust leak, but nah, this just wasn't strong enough. So I had to order all new 5-inch exhaust, so that will be here in the next couple days. And when it does show up, I'll show you guys like a full sound video of this beast with the 64 mil and 9 blade. And we have a 5-inch exhaust with a muffler, in which I don't need the muffler, so if anybody needs one, send me a message and I'll send you a muffler for your truck. But here it is, the 5-inch exhaust. Here's the neck. This one seems to be in better, I guess, construction than the one I had. It gives you less room for cracking. Let's take a look at the one that cracked. FedEx guy coming in clutch. Here we have our muffler delete pipe, straight pipe piece. Let's go ahead and get rid of the muffler, see how this truck sounds. Damn, look at the size of this thing. Alright, that compared to competitors that I've always ran. So, and this is plastic. Alright, I know you guys are going to want the size difference, because obviously size matters, right? So we got the Klein right here, and that is the competitors. It's the Shocker XL that I always buy, because I genuinely like the sound, but this is plastic. And that horn setup is roughly about $450, I believe, online. This is actually, I want to say it's comparable to the price. Whoo, she looks good. So got one wheel down, 3 more to go. All right, my turning radius is actually not that bad. This video is sponsored by Devin Snap-on. It's been solid 2 hours, I think. Yeah. Got everything torn apart. And we're running into the exact same issue that we ran into with the leveling kit 6 months ago. And that is, we cannot get the torsion bar to slide through. Every vehicle that we've worked on, you just hit it from the back and it'll just slide right out. Not this sucker, because it is so seized up. Alex, what's the first step to doing powder coating?
Go pee.
Go pee. And after you pee?
Wash the part, degrease it, I use Dawn. You can maybe use like an all-purpose cleaner to help get the part clean.
And this is to pre-bake it.
Damn, that stick's good. After the commercial break.
Right. Pavement Princess. Not today, off-roading. And also, it's a work truck. You guys are seeing this work truck in action. Proving all the haters wrong. That this in fact does go off-roading. And it does in fact is useful. We shuttled.
Very useful.
Look at that.
I see what you're doing.
Alright, just how wide she is. And the only reason why this truck is so wide in the front is because this kit comes with, well, this kit, just like most kits, come with front CV spacers. One side is 1 inch and the other side is 1.5 inches.
Huh?
Another full turn.
So this will be another full turn. So 2 full turns. All right. I just did 1 full turn.
Alrighty, shout out to Mondo for coming in clutch and mounting my tires for me. Like, I literally just came up with the idea, called him up, and luckily he had some time. They got done with everything quick, which usually doesn't happen because they're always booked up. But I got really, really lucky today, and we were able to mount these new to me, old Armstrong tires. And then in a couple of weeks, we'll be back. So he can install more tires. More tires. I mean, I have a set of 2414s on the way for this truck too. And because I turned the keys up, I might even maybe go home, turn the keys up another inch. But even just getting in the truck. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's a decent jump from before. Before it was like almost stock height. Now it's actually up there. Yeah, it's actually up there. If you made it this far, thank you guys so much. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of this 1-year transformation. And we're still not done. Also, don't forget to check out other builds on the channel. Our latest build is a 2003 LB7 Duramax with the cat eye front end. It is also a dually. We have tons and tons of plans for this truck, so make sure to go follow that build and plenty of others on the channel.